Hi guys, it is Justin Church and I am back today to make another video. So, it is August 16th, 2025 for you guys. I'm actually filming this on the night of the 15th and we'll have this scheduled for the 16th sometime in the early afternoon. Which means for you, it will be officially the day that Elvis died. Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, he officially died on August 16th of 77. It'll be 48 years. So I'm making a video in honor of Elvis. And I figured I'm going to show some stuff off, vinyl albums that I've gotten within the last few months. So we're going to start with this here. This is the AFL 1382E 1977 reissue of Elvis's second album. You can see right there, AFL 1. I think this came out right after he passed, so like fall of 77. Alright, here's the back cover. There's the AFL 1 catalog number again. Of course, it just has the standard 1977 catalog sleeve that goes up to Moody Blue, which came out, I think, right around or right after the time he had died. This might have been like right before. And then everything was reissued with this inner sleeve, I think, right after. But yeah, it's got that, and then my local record store just put it in this plain sleeve and I kept it in there. Of course, it's got the RCA Nipper updated label from 1977, and of course it's on the label has AFL 1382 on both sides. I can't speak apparently. Yeah, I already had the 77 reissue with the LSP 1382 catalog number, but this is a variation. I got it for a pretty good price, so I decided to pick it up. So now we'll move on to the next things, which you have actually seen because I've made a video about them months back. So I'm going to go get those. Alright, so I got the next two. Like I said, I actually made a video about these earlier this year when I got them. So I'm not going to gloss over them too much. But, so, there are two copies of Elvis's first debut album from '56. The original from '56. I believe this is a first pressing, and then a 1977 reissue with the LSP catalog number, but it had the AFL 1254E sticker on the top here. I think most of this, when this catalog was reissued in '77, I think every one of these you could find a copy with the sticker. I've got a couple of them. Some of them don't have the sticker anymore, but you could tell they were on there at some point because there's residue left over right in the same spot on both the front and the back cover, probably even on the spine, from where the sticker once was. Some of them, like Girl Happy, Paradise Hawaiian Style, Happened at the World's Fair, Double Trouble. I've got all those with where the stickers were there at one point, but are no longer present at this time. Probably fell off or whatever at some point. So, like I said, I'm not going to really gloss over these as I've already shown these in their own video. So I'm going to go get the next batch of stuff. Alright, I am back. So I have these two here I'm going to show. Potluck with Elvis, 77 reissue. And of course it has the LSP catalog number. Of course, it's got this standard 1977 catalog sleeve, RCA Elvis, goes up to Moody Blue. And it is on the RCA Black Nipper Dog Near Top label, the updated one from 1977. second. And then the next thing, Elvis's Golden Records 2013 Friday Music reissue. So that is the front, the spine, and the back. And like with Friday Music, it's always a gatefold. So you've got this gatefold here. And now we get bother taking it out of the sleeve, there's no point, but you can see it's got the recreated RCA Victor nipper label. I think it's more of a recreation of the white top label. Looks more like that from the 60s, 1964. But so yeah, that's the Friday. This is the original, of course, black vinyl. Was actually sealed. This one's not too hard to come across, unlike some others from Friday Music. This is not obviously not the red vinyl reissue from a little bit later. This is the original Friday Music 2013 release, or I should say re-release, because this is a reissue album. Alright, so I got some more to show. I'll be right back to get. Alright, I am back with this big stack here. There's actually one thing I forgot to show just a minute ago. A Touch of Gold Volume 245 EP. This is a UK 1982 reissue. This is obviously not the original. This one was like released in like 1960 initially. This is a standard. The original US ones are very hard to find. This was on like $10, I think. It's restored to original mono, and it does say sleeve 1982. Alright, so now we got that out of the way. I got lucky original Camden copy. I also did the split, but it's not. Really good shape. Like these would usually come at this point. No fucking inner sleeve. Very, very. Here, very flimsy. Dynaflex. Of course, this has some of the infamous songs like Yoga Is As Yoga Does and The Love Machine. I think both of those are from the Easy Come, Easy Go film. Speaking of films, Elvis Spin Out, original 1966 mono with the LPM 3702 catalog number in the shrink wrap. And not only is it in the shrink wrap, it also has the original photo inside and the original catalog sleeve from this time period, 1966, 1967. And of course, I actually have to clean this. I haven't even played any of these yet that I've actually shown. I haven't played any of them. I need to clean some of them. And this is one of them. I just got a notification. It's not too important right now. Keeping in tune with the soundtracks. Girl Happy, original. Again, mono, LPM 338. And this one has this cover is dirty, it needs to be cleaned. It's got the original inner sleeve. It's same label as Spin Out, so I'm not going to bother showing it. Next up, we got Aloha from Hawaii with the Quadra disc hype sticker. And you got the titles on this, and I believe this is the one that might be pretty rare, but I got it for a steal. I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me. This is definitely like a pretty early pressing, if not the first pressing for Gatefold. And I'm just gonna pull one of these out because it's the same thing. I have both inner sleeves like this, and it comes on. Whoa, hey, don't scratch. This quadra-disc label. I'm not sure what pressing this is. This may not be a first. I'd have to do more research on Discogs and all that other crap. But it's an early copy anyway. Now we move on to this UK edition of Elvis the Golden Records. This is not the first pressing, but it does have a different track listing than everybody in the United States would be familiar with. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe. Oh wait. It's online if you want to look at it. If it doesn't show up on here. Okay. Gatefold. The original, I think, just had the same booklet that the original Christmas album from the US did. And here's the label. This is kind of coming undone, so I don't want to keep it open too long. This is a 1958 copy. This is, I think, the second edition. Other than this, it seems to be in pretty decent shape. Like I said, I haven't played any of these yet. So this is one I definitely gotta clean. Of course, I had it in this protective sleeve. This is really flimsy. That's gotta just stay in there. Maybe I can get it back in here. This is just another copy of this. I think I've shown copies of these before. I got it for dirt cheap on Facebook Marketplace. I had it came with the cover of Elvis's back, just the front cover with a RCA sleeve, which I put in another album I have, but didn't have the time accurate sleeve. Got this sleeve though, New Sound America Loves Best. And of course, just the standard nipper, 1959. It's really was kind of pointless to get this specific copy, but whatever. Elvis the Golden Records, original US pressing. I believe this is actually the first press. There's nothing really too different about this from what I've shown in the past with other copies, so I'm not even going to bother. I guys got this earlier this week. Hunk of Love Burnt with My Wish Came True. And of course it's a picture sleeve. And this is pretty badass here. Had the original jukebox strip inside the sleeve. This. Oh, well. Turn it around. And last but not least, this I actually just got in the mail today. For LP fans only. This is a reissue from the 70s. This was the only 50s album I did not own on vinyl at all. I own the CD. I've had the CD for a lot of years. I think I showed it when I first got it. Here's the back cover. But the thing about this, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but right there in the cover, you can kind of see there's an etching in it. Because this is a promo copy. Not for sale promo copy. From about 1973 or 4. It has this inner sleeve, which I have actually never seen this sleeve before. So I found this would be quite interesting. But it's just on the standard. orange RCA label. Which funny thing is, I had actually, in the listing I ordered this from, it was an auction I won. This was actually supposed to be a 1977 reissue with the black label and that inner sleeve that had up to Moody Blue. But when I got it, I ended up getting this copy instead. Because the person, you know, this is where I was buying it from, the seller. I think they had a record store and they were closing down shop. So they had multiple copies of this available for sale at one time. So they must have screwed up and accidentally gave me this copy, but I'm just happy with it because it's a cool promo copy with an inner sleeve I've never seen before, so I'm just as happy with it. And of course, I will eventually get a 77 reissue on the black RCA Victor Nipper label. And of course, you know, I'll get the original and, you know, all those other issues all throughout the years because that's what I do, as you know, on this channel. Alright, so that is actually everything I've gotten from March, I think like late March, early April, maybe mid-April. No, I think that first one may have been April. All the way to, well, earlier this afternoon, which for you guys, by the time you see this, will actually have been yesterday afternoon, the 15th. But of course, like I say, I'm filming this on the evening, during the evening of August 15th, or shortly after the candlelight vigil at Graceland was just done live streaming. I just saw that before I filmed this. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And long live the king of rock and roll. Actually, my apologies. The king of music, the greatest entertainer of all time, Elvis Aaron Presley. Gone but not forgotten. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. And like I said, long live the king. Alright, thanks.